What's up, guys? We're back here, Archworld, and it's very interesting to take a look at the auction house and to see what is actually starting to evolve in the Tier 5 weapons. There's two Tier 5 weapons up for sale right now, and you can go ahead and take a look at the sales history and see if anyone's actually buying these things. So, in this blue rare Conqueror's bow, there actually had been some sales in the past. There was 3 sales, 3 of them. It was two. So it looks like it was 2 of them at 2,000. And then 1 at 3,500 because it comes out to the average of 2,500. So that means the total sales was 7,500 divided by 3, and that's where you get that number 3.5 plus 4,000 for those two, and that equals 7. So it's very interesting, but it's deceiving on the price, right? Because a bow with better stats will actually sell for a lot more than a bow with worse stats. So the bonus stats down in the bottom are always the most important aspect of these things. And of course the price does matter too. So 2,000 for a tier 5 weapon might be worthwhile. You have to look at how much mats cost. The cores specifically are the main components. But also when you go up into tier 5, you also have to look into the purple Shadagon. Those guys are very expensive as well, about 300, 400 BSLT for those guys currently. And then next up we have a staff here, and this is a heroic staff. So this one has a lot of Archeum fed into it as well. So no sales there. So the bow, yeah, so getting up the bow up to arcane level, it's going to cost 51,000 Archeum. And then it's actually double because the staff is a two-handed weapon. So taking the staff from blue to arcane would have been 100,000 Archeum. And then from the arcane level, we don't know what it would take to get to the Conqueror's level, the heroic level here. My guess is it's probably going to take about 250,000 Archeum. So my guess is that this staff has an additional 350,000 Archeum in it already to get up to this heroic level. So you can also then start to do some math on that. And that's just at the tier 5 level, right, guys? So let's look at 350 Archeum. 350,000 is 35 of these 10,000 bundles. And they're currently, we'll say 70. So 35 of those 10,000 bundles. 35 times 70 is a 2,450 BSLT of Archeum in that weapon. And then let's take a look at the cores to see how expensive the Archeum core is right now. So about 230 for Archeum core. And then you also have, I believe it's a 30% chance to actually succeed the upgrade. So on average, that means you would take about 4 of these cores to upgrade your weapon. So that means that's about 1,000 BSLT just in the cores. And then again, I also said you do need the Shadagon or Shadagon Arcane Crystal, and you're going to need 1 for each of those crafts. So you're going to need, about 4 of those as well, 1 for each of the cores, and they're about 375 right now. So, it's a lot of Archeum, a lot of BSLT in these materials. This is all earned in game though, so it could cost you nothing if you simply play the game and progress and actually get these items, get lucky and have a group of people that are strong and powerful to help you out. So all this stuff, everything in game, people are like, it's so pay to win, right? It's so overpriced, it's so expensive. Well, everything is farmed in game, everything is earned in game, nothing is sold by the game company. Well, okay, so we'll take that back a little bit. There is a little bit things sold. So anywhere warehouse, bound, a character rename ticket. These things have no bearing on the game whatsoever, though. The appearance, they have costume boxes, and then you are renting these designs from them because when you are done with it, you get all your BSLT back. So the game company does quote unquote sell something, but they have no bearing on anything, no bearing on weapons or strength or power, any of that. Everything was farmed in game and earned in game and then now being sold by other players. So if we look at weapons, tier 1s or tier 4s are 1 BSLT If we go up into the heroic level, you can see these are way cheaper, but still, like they're way cheaper, and still very like cost efficient. So 40 BSLT for the cheapest heroic weapon here. You might be able to pick up a weapon that is very close to being like max level 2. You have to look at the XP on these weapons. You gotta look at the bonus stats. But one of the things that's very interesting is that bonus stats do not carry over to the next level. So if you have this arcane level 4 weapon and you're like, I got green stat right here. I got attack plus 11. I got attack plus 3.7. I'm great. This is great stats. When you upgrade it, when you go to tier 5, you lose those stats. They reroll, they go completely into random different stats. You do not have these stats anymore. So the bonus stats, when you are looking to upgrade your gear, actually don't mean anything at all. And you really have to just disregard them. So at this point, you would just be looking at the XP to see if it is close to being leveled up. If you are going to attempt to level this up to tier 5. So you notice there might actually be some profit potential, but the amount of time and energy spent on selling it, because one of those, only 3 of those bows have sold in the last like 2 weeks. None of the staff has sold at all. Like the small amount of people that will be buying any of these weapons at tier 5 is incredibly small. The amount of people that you will be selling to is incredibly small. Let's also just take a look real quick at the armor. So armor is another thing. So we have the economy of the tier 4 armor starting to appear. It looks like armor is as low as about 300 BSLT, which makes about sense because the cores are currently about 150 BSLT, and you do have a 50% chance to upgrade. You do need a little bit of other materials as well. Again, you need a blue shotgun as well, so that's about another 30 to 40 BSLT. So pretty much each attempt at upgrading is going to cost you 200 BSLT. And with that 50% chance, that means you're going to need approximately 2 tries to get a gear upgraded. So it's going to cost you approximately 400. So anything under that 400 is probably a decent deal. So these things are actually, fairly priced, maybe even undervalued, underpriced potentially. So that's something to think about and always consider. Is it cheaper to craft it yourself if you were to buy all the materials, or is it just cheaper right now on the auction house? And then also here at purple, we have this. That means they've put some Archeum into this. So we have the green one right here, and they need 1,500 to go up to the blue level. We do not have the blue level anywhere here. Let's see if we can go up to the next one. We do not have the blue level, so we don't know how much Archeum is needed. But at the purple level, you need 11,900. So my guesstimate would be that you need about 5,000 in the blue level, which that tells you that total Archeum in this is 6,000, about 500. So 400 for this is actually probably a pretty good deal. Like we said earlier, it costs about 400 BSLT to make a tier 4 armor. And then that 6,500 Archeum is going to cost you approximately around 30 BSLT as well. So you are getting a little bit better value on this. At least it looks like that. We'll take a look at the cores to see if the cores are currently selling for around 150. If the core price does go down some, or so maybe they are. These shards are at 2.5. If Archeum price goes down, if core price goes down, or if the shotgun price goes down, then that makes those armors a little bit less valuable and maybe less of a good deal. But it's very interesting because it's a player-run economy, right? So people are very stupid. Yeah, so cores are only 97. So cores are very cheap right now, actually. So those armors are pretty much correctly priced. So if the core is being at 97, the shotgun is at 40 right now. So you're looking at around approximately 150 for that craft. So that means 50%, that goes up to 300. So it's taking you about 300 BSLT to craft an armor. And so people are doing that and selling them. And then if they do sell them at 330 or 350, then they're making a slight amount of profit. All right, guys, I will talk to you guys later. It's always interesting to check out these, how the player-run markets and economies do function. So, are you in the market for buying tier 4 gear or armor? Do you think it is overpriced? Let me know in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you.